Yeah, we have here Superbooth 26 at More 4, and you just announced this thing.
Yes.
It's the world's first polyphonic synthesizer. What is analog BBD resonators?
Analog BBD resonator. BBD is a bucket brigade device.
Yes.
It dates from the 1970s. It was mainly used in guitar pedals, used as a delay line. And the timbre of this device is so beautiful that we like to use it for
Just show it and maybe explain what does what sound while you do it.
Yeah,
that's probably easiest.
Maybe we can show if I start from the init preset. So it's a 6-voice polyphonic multitimbral BBD synthesizer. So on the left side we have an exciter section that's mainly a basic synth voice with several waveforms, and it has a white noise source, and that can be fed into the resonator. So now we have the init patch, it's just a sine wave, but if I turn this all the way to the right, then I have a white noise source. Yeah. This source goes into the resonator, and you will start here immediately what resonator does to this. So we are going to listen to the wet signal now, and I increase a little bit the feedback. So now you start hearing a pitched version of that white noise. So you can make this as a polyphonic. So. But we can do this with any waveform. So if we blend in some other waveform, we get this.
And you can just go from one waveform to the other seamlessly.
Yes, you can crossfade between those.
That's great.
And if you hear this version is the wet, but if you listen to this is the dry signal. So this is what the resonator does to the signal. So it's a fantastic way of doing synthesis in a new way. And the other cool thing is the resonator, it's a positive feedback system, so we don't actually need the exciter. If you turn down the exciter, you can start do the resonator going in self-resonance. So if we crank up the feedback, and I play a little chord here, then if we crank up the feedback, it starts making its own sound. Yeah, you can tweak a little bit by this is a feedback filter inside that feedback loop, and then you can do some modulation. Now it's going on and on. So if I do a modulation on the dry wet, for example, then I can play with it. Now the envelope is opening the dry wet signal. So let's do an envelope. So a little bit more release. So now we were just playing the resonator only. So that's fantastic way. we like the warmth of that.
Yeah, I mean my Prophet 6 has a BBD, but it doesn't resonate like that.
So it's a completely full analog audio path. Only the modulation is done digitally, which can lead to a nice preset system. So you can save your presets. Just by entering 3 numbers, you can do a 1, 2, 3. Now we have preset 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then you can.
Maybe let's say this section here. So this is
the exciter section with the envelope.
In other since this would be the oscillator section.
Yes.
And then you got the resonance and filter over here. And this is the modulation.
This is a modulation port.
LFOs to what?
Yes, you can. We have 9 sources, so you have 6 here, but we have quad LFOs. So each voice has its own LFOs. Each voice has its own resonator. So you can do modulation on every parameter. So you choose for example, we want to do an LFO. You press and hold the LFO source, and you turn or you paint how much modulation you want, and then you put it back. And now
Can you play it? Just try to make it wild. make it sound weird.
Okay.
How difficult is it to make it sound weird?
So let's do the LFO on the panning. A little bit more. So now you hear the modulation left, right.
Yeah.
So the modulation is really intuitive. You press and hold the source, you turn. When you turn clockwise, it's positive positive modulation. You can turn the other way, it's inverted. And the other cool thing is that we have global controls of the modulation.
Yeah.
So those are basically macros. When they are in the center, the LFOs are off, and then you can blend in your LFOs. Positively or negative.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a inverter. But the other thing is, say you don't want to use mod wheel, you can do your own modulation and just detach mod wheel, and then this knob becomes a performance. So you can do your own prompts.
Can you just show it?
Yeah. Now we can do, for example, some input filter here. Oop. And I detach mod wheel. Then you can. You can use it without mod wheel, but you can do it.
And you're just pressing 2 keys there.
And then you turn it like this. And you can do that with anything. Another thing I want to mention is that the resonator always tracks the keyboard. So the BBD is a device that needs to have a clock, and the pitch is generated by that clock, and it's always tracking the keyboard. But the exciter with the VCOs not necessarily tracks the keyboard. You can do it by adding a modulation on the frequency of the VCO. You just press key follow and you paint. So now the VCO follows the keyboard, but it's not necessary. Another cool thing to mention is that we have individual voice outs.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's awesome.
So we have 6 voices, and they are distributed in voice groups. Now we have 1 voice group, but you can do multi-timbral presets as well. So you can plug in. Another feature we have is the external inputs. When you plug another device in here, the sine wave is cut and replaced by your whatever. And you can assign that external into another voice group if you like.
So you're using the external audio input and then excite it and then apply all the filters, and what same as with sounds generated internally.
You can blend in your waveform with the external in, or you can disregard this and only use your external input with the resonator.
Okay, and you said you spoke of MIDI clock, so it accepts.
Yes, we have classic MIDI and we have USB. So when a clock is coming in, the LFO can be synced as well. So if you long press, then it will blink when there is a clock coming in.
Speaking of USB, it's now powered by a USB, right?
It's powered by USB as separate, but it's only a USB device. So.
Okay. So how much power does it take? 5 volts, and then how many ampere?
It's like 15 watts in total power consumption. So
yeah, I can calculate that.
You can run it from a power bank.
Power bank. Yeah, so 2 ampere should do.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, cool. And is it available already, and how much is it going to cost?
Yes, it's available right now in stores, and in Europe it's around 2,200, including taxes. We have also retailers in the States as well, and in the UK for now.
Do you have prices for UK and America?
The same in the UK, 2,200, and in the States it's like almost $3,000.
Yeah. Sucks to be American. Is there anything else that you want to showcase? Something special?
You can now you hear a lot.
Did we miss something?
You hear. It's a fantastic drone machine, pad machine, but you can do bass sounds. I can show you a bass 141, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's using a unison of the 6 voices together.
Ah, cool. Okay, there we go.
You see?
Yeah, I was wondering because it sounded a little thin before.
Yeah, but everybody use it like most of the time on the videos. We have lots of pads going through reverb, so there are no built-in effects. So we don't think it needs it, but everybody has its own flavor of end stage reverb or end stage delay, and you can do crazy things with it. It has a fantastic energy audio path, we think.
Speaking of the format, do you also apply rack ears?
Yes, it comes with rack ear, so it can be mounted into a 19-inch rack. It's for you.
Yeah, and it's really thin.
Yeah, it's thin. Now it's mounted on a Visa mount, so it comes with the Visa connection, and then Yeah, it's quite heavyweight. It has a good feel. It's a full aluminum body, so it's scratch resistant, and yeah.
And that's the first desktop you built. Before that,
Yes,
you built
yes.
all the Eurorack stuff.
That's how we started with BBDs in Eurorack modules. The Plectrum used it for carpet strong synthesis, and then we had the Echo, just the multi-tap delay.
Okay.
And then we had some experience in the BBD, and then we thought, why not doing a poly with BBDs as analog circuitry for the
I've seen
resonator.
that with Ericsson with the Hex
Yes,
last
yes.
year, where they put all kinds of little modules into one big thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. We really like it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.